So we have a new problem apparently. A few days ago, I was seeing a trending post of some Instagram models here in South Africa who were trending because they were found out to be actually selling their bodies in Europe and these other places, right? And as much as I am not surprised, I was actually surprised at people's reactions that you guys are so shocked. You are shocked at these girls who are influencers, Instagram models, who are always traveling around the world, who are living the most affluent, most comfortable living. You guys are shocked that these people are living these lives. And I think it's because some girls tend to be naive and they think that these girls are just there because they are pretty and they get paid somehow by someone on social to be on social media, to post in being in all these places. And for me, it's surprising that people were shocked about that. But what surprises me more than these people being surprised that these girls sell their bodies is the amount of girls who also in their own way indirectly sell their bodies. You will see a lot of girls, but malini okjola now a month. And when you see these posts on social media, you will think these girls are joking. Look, they are not joking. They are not joking. When they want you to say, send me your bank account so that I can send you money and then you can give me your number, they can act as though that they are joking, but they are not joking. And I have proof. I could post screenshots here, but I'm not going to do that because it's very unnecessary to be exposing people for what they choose to do, whether or not you call it immoral or it's not. But many girls here in South Africa, and I think globally it seems now it's a problem, are selling their bodies in one shape, form or the other, or they are selling their attention. They are in relationships only because the guy has money or some sort of material possessions. Yazi, if you think about it this way, in the township, for example, if you have a car like mine, which mine is not driving at the moment, but if you have a car like mine, it's korokoro jole motole, skorokoro. Wala lesa skorokoro lesa, the time sisebenza. Babaya ang babambili. There's a lot that I could have hooked up with, but I didn't hook up with them because I was like, you've seen me before walking. You've seen me before catching a taxi. Now all of a sudden you see me in this shit box of mine. You find me more attractive, and I see that as a bit of a trap. And luckily for me, I'm one of those people who were able to get girls from the time I was still broke. And yes, it's still possible to this day to get girls while you're broke. But most girls are selling themselves. Most girls are literally selling themselves in the form of, you pay me, I have sex with you. In the form of, you take me to a date, I have sex with you in the morning, you give me some money, you're not paying me, but you just give me a little bit of money. You know, it's not that you're paying me. Most girls are in relationship with guys. The prerequisite for them to date you, mele umpethe, mele umnikeze imali. And listen, as a man, I understand that we can't help it. You want to be a provider to women. But there's women that you cannot date without being able to pay them. You have to pay them in order to date these women. And unfortunately, they start at a very young age. The youngest girl I've ever had here at my shop, they were passing by the door wearing high school uniform, but they were clearly 13, 14. And one of them was literally saying that for her, a man must give her minimum a week 500 rand. She's talking about a man giving her 500 rand a week. You can tell that this girl is already experiencing such a thing. And this is where the fucked upness of it also comes in, because there's guys who actually target these young girls while they are still young because they are quote unquote more affordable to be with. That's really fucked up. And I'm thinking about it from a perspective of, I'm a father, I've got a daughter. And some fucked up guy in her teen years might be that guy who approaches her because, I mean, look at me. Obviously, I reproduce beautiful people. Obviously, my daughter is going to be a beautiful young girl. And there might be some guy out there who will approach my daughter and want to buy her attention. Mainly could be because she's not used to that kind of financial positioning. If I don't make sure that I put her in that kind of positioning, it could also be because of social media influences. These girls want to experience what these other girls are posting online. And unfortunately, a lot of them don't know how these girls experience those things. And when they find out, some are reserved, they'll be like, no, that's not for me. But most are willing to go to the dark side. I know beautiful, very decent women, very beautiful, decent girls, decent women. You wouldn't suspect that they're like that. You wouldn't. But the moment you put it on the table, they're actually willing to go to the dark side. A lot. It could be your wife, it could be your girlfriend, it could be your daughter. A lot. To the point that even young boys now know, you know what, in order for me to have a girlfriend, I have to have money. And now I'm going to make another example of a young boy. I think the youngest I've ever had, that boy, I called him. I was like, hey, come here. How old are you? He said, I'm 12 years old. And the reason I called him to come here, he was talking about if it was possible at his age, he would do a cash in transit because there's quick money in that. Cash in transit, for those who don't know, is robbing a money delivery car. Yeah, I don't know what they're called. But basically that's what it is. A 12-year-old. Now ask them, why do you want to do this? It's like, so that, I can get attention, the girls can like me. 12 years old. And then you have a 50-year-old guy who is in a club opening a bottle of champagne or wine. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it's a silver bottle with orange writing. Opens it up, he pours it on himself, on his shoes, and he's just dancing around with that thing. Clearly, he's just bragging. And on that night, he definitely did get laid, because some girl out there thinks, I'll get something out of this guy. Girls will sleep with a rich man for free because they think he will be material for them, like in future. If you get a car, you could be in debt, you could be broke as fuck, you could be coming to someone like myself who catches a taxi for 300 rand for the day so that you can put 100 rand into your car, 100 rand you can spend on that girl, and maybe another 100 rand for tomorrow for her to catch a taxi. And you will get a lot of girls just because you have a car. Even if you are renting a room, of which renting a room is actually, it's cool, it's all right. We are poor here, let's be honest. Renting a room, you are sort of accomplished, or you are getting there. But even if you are broke, some girls, just because you have a car, are going to give you cheeks. It's sad. It's very sad. But it is what it is, I guess. Let me know what you think. I'll see you in the next video. Salute.